Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be making some yummy lamb curry. In terms of my ingredients, I've got one large onion thinly sliced. I've got garlic, ginger, chili, that's according to your taste, curry leaf, and I'm using the roots of coriander as well. If you have any of that at home, always grind that together with your ginger, garlic, and chili and add that to your curry. It adds a depth of flavor. In terms of my whole spices, I've got mustard, fenugreek, cumin seed, 2 star anise, and 1 cinnamon. The star anise and cinnamon sticks are optional. And then I've got about 5 teaspoons of masala for 3.5 kgs of lamb, 1.5 teaspoon of turmeric, and 1 teaspoon of chili powder. That's optional as well. 1 teaspoon of pilau masala, again that's optional, and salt according to taste. In my pan, I've added avocado oil. You can use whatever oil you want to, and you'll add your your whole spices in there. So you'll want to cook it off until it starts splattering before you add your onions to it. Cool, so you want it to be at that stage before you add your onions. Now, in terms of your onions, once you've added it, give it a nice stir, and you want to cook it off until the ends are brown and the onions have gone translucent. All right, so now you'll see that the onions have browned off nicely. We'll add our curry leaf to this. Now you can add your curry leaf together with your onion as well. I just like to add it after my onions has browned off. And we'll add in our crushed ginger, garlic, chili, and coriander roots, and we'll give it a nice mix. You want it to cook off until it starts releasing its fragrance, and it'll look like that. It'll look a bit brown, and then now you'll add in your dry spices in there. Once you added in your dry spices, you want to cook it off for probably about 2 to 3 minutes. Now, if you don't use a lot of oil, you'd want to add a bit of water at this stage as well, and you'll see that's something I did when I made my chicken curry video. Cool, so that's all done. So that's released all its fragrance. So we'll add our lamb to this. And once you've added in your washed lamb, what you want to do is you want it to be nicely coated in the spices. So I'm still adding the lamb in there, and I'll add in my salt now as well. Alright, so I'm giving it a nice mix. You want to pick up all the masala, everything from the bottom, from the sides. You want it to be mixed together really nicely. You want all the lamb pieces to be coated really nicely with the spices so that it can start cooking really nicely. Cool, so giving it a nice stir there. And once I've done that, what I'll do is I'll cover it off and I'll let that cook off. At this stage, my heat is medium to high because I am wanting to cook it off, let all the water burn off before I can add additional water to it. Now, when you're at this stage, just make sure you keep on stirring it. So that was so once I initially added the lamb, I've checked in about 10 minutes time, and I can see that there's water that's still coming out of the lamb. So I'll give it a nice stir. Just make sure nothing's caught at the bottom, and I'll cover it up and let that cook for a bit more. All right, so after 10 minutes, I've come and checked again, and I can still see there's a bit of water in there. So what I'll do is I'll give it a stir, again making sure that nothing's caught at the bottom. All the spices are well cooperated with the lamb, and then I'll cover it off and cook it again. Awesome, so that's cooking away really nicely. We've covered that up, and we'll so I think I've checked it again after 10 minutes, and then after 10 minutes I could see that the water has all dried off and it's starting to catch at the bottom. So we'll give it a stir, and once we've given it a nice stir, this is when we'll add our boiling water to the meat. Now, in terms of the water, it really depends on what kind of lamb you've got. Some lamb cook off really quickly. Some lamb, it does take a wee while for it to cook, and it also depends on how much gravy you want. if you are learning to make it, if you're new to cooking, and this is the first time you're trying to make lamb curry, I'd suggest maybe putting half a kettle of hot water, and stir it, let it cook away, and then halfway through, just check how your meat is going, and then you can add more water to it. Cool, so once I've added the water, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to deglaze the pan. So I'm picking up all the bits and pieces from the bottom, just making sure that it's all in the gravy, and we'll cover it up. And then just let this sit there in medium heat and cook away nicely. So I've checked it I'd say about 15 minutes, and so the water has reduced. So we'll give it a stir and just see how it's going in that. You can see on the side I've actually got my mum's lamb soup cooking, because she's not a fan of lamb curry, so we've got some soup on the go for her. Now we'll cover it up, let this cook for about another 10 to 15 minutes, and then I've come and checked again on it. And that's obviously, the house smells really good at this stage. I've added my pala masala to this. Now, if you don't have pala masala, that's okay. You can add in your masala, just a normal standard masala. Or if you want, you can fry off half your masala in the oil initially, before and then once it's cooked through, then you can add in your additional masala. So I've given it a stir, and now I'll let this cook for about another 10 minutes. And once that's done, I'll go and check on it just to see how it's going. Give it a stir. The gravy is the consistency I wanted. We will be having it with rice, but I didn't want it to be really thin. So what I'll do now is I'll add my garnishing. So I've got curry leaf chopped, I've got coriander, and I've got kasturi methi. Now these are optional. You can only use coriander if you want to. If you don't have coriander, you don't need to worry. If you've got curry leaf, you can chop that, put that on there. If you've got any mint leaf as well, it goes really nice with lamb as well, so you can put that on there. And you can see how beautiful that looks. The masala looks really nice. The color is really good, and it is so tempting. So once I've added in my garnishing, I'm trying to show how that's looking. It's looking really good. Once I've added in my garnishing, I like to cook it for about another 2 minutes, just so that it's all the curry leaf, the kasturi methi, and the coriander taste goes into the meat. You can actually turn up the heat now if you want to. And we've served that with some rice, some mint and tomato coriander chutney, along with some cucumber and garlic. Now, if you like my channel, feel free to like and subscribe, and comment if you want me to cook anything else. All right, take care, guys. Bye.